I have reached the point with this story where I'm starting to wonder how I pulled this off because, like, what I'm seeing here is what happened is my twin went and took the test with the Tang Empire, the civil service exam. He placed first. He was given a job from the Tang Emperor. Someone from the emperor's family decided to murder me and take over, probably, I'm guessing. And so she didn't kill the son. She put him in the boat. She Mosesed him, threw him on the river. He ends up with the monks, and then he grows up. And looking at him like shocked her that much that she's like, "You have to go see my parents." And maybe like that ended up being the emperor, like Qin Guanzong. You never know, but you know that he's the son of Qin Guanri. But Qin Guanri ended up being in charge of the Imperial Library. And what it sounds like to the fisherman, like when I read this story, it's like the fisherman was having trouble having smart babies because he probably had a simple wife. He was being normal. And then like he ended up living with the royal family. And like if he's the royal librarian, then like he can probably just like, then probably the emperor is the type of guy that would just be like, "Oh, I sent some girls to have sex with you." And probably he did have sex with a lot of like the emperor's family, because from what it sounds like is they've got eunuchs. Yeah, they have people with their dicks cut off that hang out with the emperor's like. But he's not cut. He didn't cut off Qin Guanri's dick. Like he just sent him to the library. But like they also have concubines and empresses and all that crap. So like if Qin Guanri is like in the library, he probably was actually having a lot of sex. Because he was living in the imperial palace, like imperial palaces back in the day were like pleasure palaces. Like Buddha lived in a pleasure palace. Like I mean, the kings could kind of like just do whatever they want. Generally, like it feels like. I'm trying to figure out what's up with people back in the day because like apparently everyone had their penis cut off, or a lot of people had their penises cut off. That's what a eunuch is. That's a person with no penis. Because like in American culture or like in European culture, the king has eunuchs around apparently. If you guys have seen Game of Thrones, there's the guy that's the eunuch, and then there's the imp, and then there's the people that are inbreeding that are blondes that are all crazy. And then there's like the bastards. And so like they're like, and then they're like the kings, and then they're the kings that are over the kings. And so like the emperor is like that important. And so like he wakes up afraid of a ghost apparently. And and the empresses of the three palaces, the imperial consorts and concubines of the six compounds, the attendants, so the servants and the eunuchs were also terrified by this, that they lay awake trembling. So he keeps eunuchs around. Like, but he apparently he does have imperial consorts. Like, I think those are his consultants. But like Qin Guanri, he didn't decide to become a consort. He decided to become the librarian. And I think that's like, so like, I think he became like the imperial research consultant is what it looks like to me. But that means he didn't get his dick cut off. But the question is like, who's cutting off people's dicks throughout history? Because I've reached this point that I'm like, oh, the Tang Emperor is all right. No, the Tang Emperor is great. Like, I really do like the Tang Emperor. And clearly, like, the Tang Emperor and I are like best friends. Like, I'm writing stories about the Tang Emperor. I know that like I ended up becoming best friends with the Tang Emperor's cousin. The Tang Emperor really doesn't like mind me being around that much. Like, I have a feeling the Tang Emperor loves me. Like, he probably has me having sex with one of his like daughters at some point. But like, because he has like a million of them, like probably with the concubines' daughters. So, like, the question is, like, who's cutting off everyone's dicks? Because, like, or who told the Tang Emperor, look, what you really got to do, you're keeping guys around, we'll just cut off their dicks. Like, as long as they have no dicks, it's not a big deal. Like, just cut off their dick. Like, because I'm really trying to figure out, like, why is everyone having their dick cut off? But yeah, like, he had a lot of sex, basically. That's, like, what they did. But your majesty has founded an empire and slaughtered men beyond number, so why should you be afraid of ghosts? The Emperor is so funny in this story. The last thing I want to say about emperors throughout history is like, what would Ali say about hanging out with the emperor? And what would the fisherman say? No way. But like, what would Ali say? Ali would say that like, don't hang around with people that have the authority to kill you. And I think that that's like a pretty good rule. Like once I read that, and I was like, oh, that's a really good idea. Because like nowadays, people really do not like have that much authority to kill you. Even the president of the United States, like he doesn't have that much authority to kill you. Like it's like an effort, or he has to make an effort to kill you. Generally, I mean, I guess he can kill people. You probably shouldn't hang out with the president. Well, especially nowadays, like our president's like creepy, weirdo. But my favorite part is when he screams for the judge. Judge! He's so afraid, so he needs his judge. But no, I really do like the eunuchs.